Hello everyone and welcome back to another Hookster Talks. Shit, I'm bloody knackered. I was just doing something very quick behind the scenes. But yes, it's the last Hookster Talks of the year. I think it is anyway. Yeah, it will be. It will be. And I hope you're all doing well. Now, I've got a surprise for you. Before I show you this surprise, I just want to do a little safety warning. I should have put some graphics on the screen. Little safety warning. Do not try this at home. Under any circumstances, do not try this at home. But here he is, everyone. It's everyone's favourite bear. He's got his lights on. Look, he's got one on top of his head as well. Fucking hell, these lights are getting hot. Jesus Christ, I've only been on a couple of minutes. Jesus. Anyway, I think I better switch this off now before I burn the house down. But yeah, do not, under any circumstances, try that at home. No, I am a trained professional. I haven't quite worked out what I'm a trained professional at yet, but I am a trained professional. So yeah, don't do it at home. Yes, watch the lot. Ow! Jesus Christ, they're hot. Bloody hell. Burning. We could have a burning bear in a minute. Yeah, anyway, here's TB, everyone. Do a little wave. Watch the lights. Ow! That's my finger. Watch the lights. Do a little wave. Yeah, there he goes. Yes, TB with the almost burning hot. God, that's bloody hot. Jesus. It's bloody hot. It's good, isn't it? Do you like that? That's all you're getting. That's all you're getting from me. I ain't getting no more. Jeez, I got to turn these off. The bear's on fire! Jesus. Ow! Fuck. The bear's on fire! I got to turn these off. Hang on. Fuck's sake. Fuck's sake. Oh. That's okay, he's out. He's out now. He's out. Oh my God. I've got to get these off the bear because he's literally about to catch. These bowls are burning hot. Oh, you alright, TB? Are you alright, my son? Let me just check him out. Make sure. Oh, his trousers have come down. Not for the first time. Woo! Let's put your trousers back up, TB. Put your little tail back in there as well. That's it. Put that in there like that. And there we go. I just got to check him, make sure there's no smoke coming out of him. Yeah, I've got to check him, make sure there's no smoke coming out of him. We'll give him a little tap on the backside because that'll stop any smoke that's coming out. Yeah, you've got to give him a good old tap, haven't we? Old TB on the bear behind. I've got to check and make sure I can't smell any smoke. No, I can't smell any smoke. I think we're all right. I think we got away with that. Fuck yeah, now. Almost caught the bleeding house alight. That would have been great for Christmas, wouldn't it? Here's Dave reporting from the smouldering wreckage. I've turned the lights off and I don't know what to do with them because they're still fucking hot. Oh my God. Oh my God. What shall I do with them? I think I'll put them over here. If you see him catch fire in the background, just fuck's sake tell me, or I'll be in real trouble. I'll just put them over here for a minute. There you go. Don't catch fire. Don't catch fire. Oh, it's a long way back to the microphone now. Oh. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Hookster Talks. It's the last one. I've said that already. Let's go to my tablet and see if there's anyone about. I bet there isn't because it's Christmas and no one gives a shit. Oh dear, oh dear. Let's have a look. I'm bloody knackered now. Okay, let's have a look, see if anyone about. There is. Thank God for that. I was thinking I'd be broadcasting myself tonight. I'm sorry about the beard as well, everyone. But in the UK now, we can't afford to put the heating on, so I've got to grow whatever I can to make up for the deficit of being cold. So yeah, this will be down to my knees by about February. So there you go. Hello, Scott. Welcome to the stream. New music, says Matthew. Yes, new music, Matt. But that was a little segue into my video tomorrow. So if you watch my video tomorrow, you'll understand why I use that music. Yes, because you may hear that music in the background of a certain bit of the video tomorrow. Anyway, I won't say any more. Scott says, I've missed these. I've been playing F1 1997 and fighting for the title. Ah, well, that's all right, Scott. If you've been playing F1 1997, that's far better than Hookster Talks, I'll tell you. Far better. Oh my, Santa Claus is on the screen. That was Hookster Talks. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you after Christmas. Merry Christmas. Bye-bye. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. These perishing kids. Scott says, what did TB ask Santa for Christmas? Well, TB asked for a female TB. Yes, but that's not going to happen. No. We don't have none of that shenanigans here. No, because we don't want tons of little TBs running around in about 6 months' time. I don't know how long it takes a bear to percolate its innards. I'm guessing 6 months, little bit quicker than a human. I'm really not into bears, so I can't really say. Well, not in that respect anyway. So yeah, but yeah, we don't want loads of little TBs running around in 6 months' time. That would be disastrous, absolutely disastrous. So we're not having none of that shenanigans. But that's what he's asked for. Yeah, he wants a female. Yes, he feels it's time for him to procreate, to have something that he can pass on to the world later in the years to come. But it's not happening. Personally, I just think it's a dirty little bugger. But there you go. Will F1 says, oh God, he's back. Yes, you see, you missed me, didn't you, Will? You missed me. Go on, go on, Will. You can admit it. Go on, just say, yes, Dave, I did miss you very, very much indeed. This is my 3:00 Christmas speech. Yes, it is. Yes, unfortunately, of course, I can't do one this year. Because, as everyone knows, I used to do it pretending to be old Queenie, and unfortunately she's not with us anymore, and I'm definitely not going to do a King's speech because he can go swivel. Yes, not interested. Anyway, God bless you, Queenie. I did really like the Queen, as I've mentioned several times before, but she's gone now, so there's nothing else you can do really, is there? So no Queen speech for me this year. Just JMO says, your Monday night Miami champion is here. Yes, everyone. He's coming very modestly into the chat, has Jamie. If anyone watched the stream on Monday night at the Elite Racing League, Jamie, for the first time, won a race in the Elite Racing League. He's been in the league a very long time. In fact, I think he's been in it before I have, to be honest. I'm sure he has, because I think he's a couple of years ahead of me as well. So he's been in the league a very, very long time. And on Monday at Miami, and a quite triumphant sort of fight to the top. Well, not really, because Dusty took out Joe into the first corner, and he was just away and gone then, and they couldn't catch him. Then it started to rain, and yay! It was game over really. But none more than that. A win in ERL is like, well, I can't explain it to you because it's never happened to me. Third is my greatest achievement on F1 2010. Third place. Never had the win. I don't think now it's ever going to be possible unless we get into a situation like on Monday where, you know, the leaders get taken out, and then it's, you know, if you could clear off with your distance, get a 30-second lead, you've got a good chance. Now, I would like to say actually that Jamie's performance was exemplary, even more for the fact that it actually dried up at the end, but he carried on the intermediate tyres because he had such a gap to the cars behind that even though they went onto the soft tyres, he carried on the inters and still managed to win the race. So fantastic to Jamie there for an ERL win. It's always good to see a different winner in the ERL. We don't want to, you know, as much as we all love Joseph, we don't want to see, you know, him winning every single time. We like to see a little bit of variety, someone different. So yes, well done to Jamie for winning his first ERL at Miami. And it was quite funny because before the race he was like, don't know if I'm going to turn up, to be honest. I might do, yeah. I probably won't be bothered, to be honest. And, you know, now he's glad he did. Because as I say, you never know. You never know what might happen in any race at any time. That's basically why I keep turning up every week. Well, that because Joseph pays me as well. Yeah. I'm a paid driver, don't you know? Yeah, I wouldn't be there otherwise, but he pays me because, you know, he likes stability in the grid. He likes stability, so I have to be there every single week, like clockwork. I have to be there, yes, or I don't get paid. No, not really. Oh, yes, really. Who knows? But there, yes, so congratulations to Jamie for winning at Miami. It was a triumphant race, I have to say. And yes, and he's getting plaudits in the chat as well. Well done. Jamie says Don was no more than 2 seconds behind me the whole race. There you go. No more than 2 seconds behind the whole race was Dom. So yeah, well done. That was a great achievement. I didn't actually see that because I was in my usual sixth position, so I couldn't see what Dom was doing. I mean, I could have watched his stream, but whoever watches Dom's videos, to be honest, nah. Dream Daddy. Oh God. It's like a disease, his channel. It's like a disease. You know, it sort of appears out of nowhere and you're like, oh, get off me. No. Oh God, no. So there you go. Anyway, how long have I been on air already? Because I'm not going to waffle tonight. 18 minutes. 18 minutes and I've already been waffling on. So I'm not going to waffle tonight. I'd just like to say a very Merry Christmas to everyone because it's on Sunday. I don't know if I'm going to be doing all seasons on Sunday. I might delay it until Monday because nobody's going to watch it on Sunday, are they? Because they'll all be, so I might do it on Monday. But it will be back. Don't worry. But I've got another video coming out tomorrow which is semi-entertaining, hopefully. And then that'll be it for me. So a very Merry Christmas to everyone. Now, important message at the moment, of course, is to say that yes, the whole world is going through a very difficult time right now. There's lots of people out there who are really, really struggling. But hopefully, next year things will start to get better. Of course, I haven't got a crystal ball, so I can't say that's exactly what's going to happen. Unfortunately, things may actually get worse. But it's always important to try and think on the positive because I know there's a lot of people out there, and you know there's probably a few people out there that are watching this right now who are struggling quite a lot mentally, and you all have my sympathies if that's what you do at the moment. But I think it's important to stay positive, and one of the things I have learned through my own experiences is to try and live each day one at a time and not try to think too far into the future, like, oh my God, what's going to happen in 6 months' time? Because it doesn't really matter. Just concentrate on today and tomorrow and just carry on like that. And then, you know, you should be okay. But anyway, I'm not going to start sermonizing or anything like that, but I just like to say, you know, my main thing I would like to say is a huge thank you to everyone who is still supporting the channel. Basically, I think you're all mad. I'm sure you should have left me years ago. But anyway, a big, huge thank you to everyone who's still supporting the channel. I will try my best not to do a Jeremy Clarkson and completely stick my foot in it. I can't promise that. I mean, I may make a mistake at some point in the future. Who knows? But I will try to, toe the line and be as much as I can so I don't get vilified and blocked and taken off or whatever. But yeah, I will try my best. But I'd like to say a huge thank you to you, the viewers, who watch my videos. Because, of course, if no one was watching my videos, I probably wouldn't make them. Because I wouldn't see any point. But every time I make a video, I always end up with comments, and that's the most important thing. If you start making videos and you've got 0 comments, you know you're in real trouble because no one's interested enough to leave a comment. But every video, I always get comments, which is great to see. So that gives me, an impetus to make the next video. And that's how the production line keeps going on and on and on and on and on. So yeah, thanks for the support for this year. As I say, I know it's been very, very difficult. Very, very difficult for a lot of people. And I've decided now that for these last Hookster Talks, I'm going to come to a decision every year now about whether I'm going to continue with YouTube for the next year. So I've decided for 2023, I will be back. So there you go. This, of course, is barring anything that goes wrong catastrophically. Obviously, that would take me off. I can't do anything. But if everything's going as it is, normally I will be back next year. I have to say, at some point, there is an end point, okay? I can't keep doing this forever. There is an end point. But it's not going to be next year. I'll be back. Now, I'd just like to mention that at some point next year, I have to have an emergency roof repair on my house. This is going to cause enormous disruption, and it'll probably be for about a month. I won't be able to make any videos. Basically because I can't sit here shouting into a microphone like a lunatic when there's builders bashing about on the roof. It's not going to be possible. I've no idea when it's going to happen. Fingers crossed it'll be next year. Fingers crossed. It bloody well better be anyway. Because I've already been waiting 14 months. So for 1 month of next year, I will probably disappear. I won't be able to make any videos. And I apologise for that in advance. But as soon as it's all over, I will be back again. So for that month, I'll leave you all a message and say I'll be off, for a month. And then I'll be back and it won't be a problem. So yeah, that's going to happen at some point next year. Unfortunately, I'll probably have to take, it might not be a month, might only be a couple of weeks. It all depends how long it takes. But I'm sort of looking at the work that he's doing, and it'll probably be a month before it's all finished and we'll settle down again. And I say it's going to be pretty impossible for me to make videos due to the commentaries, when there's bing, 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 bang, 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 bang with the old hammers, because it's going to be a lot of hammer work and stuff like that. And there's also stuff that needs doing inside the house as well, which means they're going to have, workmen in, which is going to cause, as I say, enormous disruption. Throughout all of this, I will try my best to try and, if I've got a spare 30 minutes or whatever, to try and edit some videos, because editing will be easier because I won't, the workman can still be here while I'm editing. It's just basically the commentaries, but unfortunately without the commentary I can't upload the video because it's not finished. So yeah, that will be a little problem, but that's next year at some point, and I'll give you lots of advance warning when that will be, and I'll be gone for a month, so you'll have a whole month without me. Yay, says Will F1. Yay. But unfortunately, well, then I'll be back. So there we go. Right. That's enough waffle for me. Now, this is completely unscripted. I've just got to check with Facebook. I asked everyone in our Facebook group whether they wanted to be on Hookster Talks. And I said, if you do, send me a message. Let's have a look and see if anyone has. No one. Unbelievable. Let's go to the messages first. Matthew says, Dave nearly squeezing Josie from the wall on Monday night went unnoticed. Not by everyone, Matt. Not by everyone. You noticed it. Yeah, I did a little bit. Little squeeze. Joseph likes a little squeeze. Yeah, he likes a little squeeze. Matthew D'Souza says, I think the builders would enjoy your Calm and Jordan career mode introduction and ending segments. Yeah, I expect the builders would love them very much indeed. At least one thing, Matt, I may actually get a couple more subscribers by the time the builders go home. I might. You never know. I might get 2 more. Actually, I think it's going to be 3 or 4 working on it. I might get 4 more subscribers. They bloody well better anyway. That's the planning. See? You get your subscribers where you can. And yeah, I might get about another 4. Scott says, Dave, please don't apologise. Work needs work. Yeah, thanks, Scott. Yeah, I know. I just wanted to let everyone know, and basically to let everyone know that if something happens and I can't leave messages and I suddenly disappear, not to panic and think, oh, has he gone for good and done an Into the Barrier, which I'm still very sad about, but there's nothing you can do about it. So I'm not going to be doing that. But if I suddenly disappear and no videos get uploaded, you'll know that the work suddenly started and I wasn't able to give you messages in advance. So, and so I should be gone for a month and then I should be back again. So don't worry, I'll definitely be back. I will definitely be back 100%. As I just said, I've decided to carry on for 2023. So there you go. Because no one else will have me. Will says, are you ever going to finish the Calm and Jordan career mode? Yes, Will, I am going to finish it, but unfortunately, it gets pushed to the sidelines while I'm doing the other videos. So it literally gets sometimes only 5 minutes of work done a week on it. So it's going to be very, very slow. But saying that, I've got every episode recorded apart from the last race, which I think I'm going to do tonight. So yeah, by this weekend or by Friday, all the races are recorded. So all they got to be is edited and uploaded and commentaried on. But they do take a long time, especially as I'm doing the clips from old episodes, which I have to go right through YouTube and find. It takes a very long time. But yes, don't worry, I haven't stopped here. This is the final season, and I'm going to continue it. But it has to get pushed to the sidelines, unfortunately, because of the other videos. I've got another video coming out tomorrow, which took a lot of work, and I had to push Carmen Jordan off to one side again. So, but yes, she will be back in 2023, and we will finish. I know, what's the game actually in Carmen? Oh, it's 2021, isn't it? Yeah, 2021. Yeah. I know it feels like it's been forever, Will, and you're right. It has been. It's been what, 16, 18 months, something like that. Anyway, but there you go. And I did so well when I started it. If you noticed, I was uploading them once a week, and I thought, yes, I'm finally going to crack this. And then it slowed down to a crawl, and now it's just never. Jamie says Dave finishes every time he sees Carmen Jordan. Absolutely. But isn't that happening on all seasons with the supermodels causing chaos in Hookster? Yes, it is, Scott. Yes, bloody supermodels. Get them out. Hello, Mr. HRD. Welcome to the stream. He says the HRD is officially 25. Well, happy birthday, Mr. 25 HRD. Wow, 25. Need advice on how to stop worrying about turning 30. You need advice about stop turning 30? I can't remember my 30s, to be honest. Can I? I don't know. They were alright. To be honest, you'll probably find they're pretty much the same as your 20s, to be honest. See, a lot of people, especially when you're young, you're only 25, so a lot of people at your age, you think to yourself, once I get to 50, I'm going to be sitting there, I don't know, watching old TV magazines and watching old episodes of, I don't know, Only Fools and Horses or something, because, my brain's degenerated into that. I just like to put that to bed, okay? As far as my brain is concerned, my brain feels exactly the same as it did when I was your age at 25. Providing you haven't got any sort of, mental whatever you call it, degeneration or whatever, there's no reason to think that you're, at 50 years old, you're going to be knackered and absolute. Only thing you have to remember is once you get to 50, everything is a little bit slower. Okay? Everything's a little bit slower. But you can still enjoy the things you're enjoying now at 50 that you can at 25. And I'm thinking of games especially. If you think now that, I must get as much gaming as I can in at 25 because once I hit 35 or 40, I'm going to... Yeah, you could lose interest because other things come along like girlfriends, wives, babies, mortgages and stuff like that, which will, definitely lose your interest. But as for gaming, you can still be gaming when you're in your 50s and enjoy it just as much. And I still do very much. Otherwise I wouldn't do it. So yeah, it's not... The only thing is, of course, don't expect that you're going to be up there, being able to do racing games on the hardest difficulty like you probably can do now. That's not going to be a thing because you do lose some reflexes by the time you get into your 50s. But it doesn't mean you still can't enjoy all the games. Just turn the difficulty down a little bit. That's all you have to do. Just turn it down a little bit and you will still have just as much fun as you do when you're 25. There were a lot of people saying, of like your age, saying, oh yeah, I'm going to be knackered from gaming by the time I reach 30. No, you're not. I've been gaming. Next year actually is my anniversary. 40 years. 40 years. Yes. 1983 is when I first started gaming. Yes, the computers were made of brick and mortar. No, 1983. My first game actually was Checkered Flag for the ZX Spectrum. Check it out on YouTube. It's brilliant. It really is. It really is. And I think next year, if I can find the time, I'm going to do a retro look back at Checkered Flag, which was my first game. I played that on a 12-inch black and white TV back in 1983, and that was my first experience of gaming, and in fact racing games. If you look at it now, it was very advanced for 1983. If you look at some of the early racing games where it's just your car in the middle and you've got lines going up and down the screen, like the very early Outruns and stuff like that, Spy Hunters. But this was just literally blocks going up the screen, and the blocks used to go left and right, and you used to just follow your car on the blocks. This in 1983 was actually very advanced. Now, the only problem is all it was practicing. You couldn't do any racing, so there was no other cars to race against. It was just practice. But at the time, I thought it was brilliant. I mean, you could have oil slicks on the track, and then your car would go like that. It was, for me, I can't remember how old I was then. Hang on, 86, 60. I was about 12. I was about 12 years old when I was playing this Checkered Flag. So next year will be my 40th anniversary of gaming, and that's a very long time. Now, what problems do you have for 40 years of gaming? Yeah, mostly your arms. I do get a lot of pain in my arms because basically I've been gaming a lot for 40 years. So, but it's nothing really. It's nothing that bad. If that's all you're going to get after 40 years of gaming, who cares? Just carry on. Just carry on till your fingers explode. That's what I say. But yeah, so next year will be my 40th anniversary of gaming. So if you're out there now at 25 years old and you're saying, oh, I'm gonna be knackered and washed up and I can't be bothered with this. No. If you enjoy gaming, then carry on doing it. That's what I say. There's no reason to stop. Of course, yeah, things will get in the way as you go through life. Naturally. Even I took a break from gaming for 2 years. 2 years. And that was because I was a Sega Mega Drive, Genesis in the US, Sega Mega Drive fanboy, and the Mega Drive was drying up. There was no games for it whatsoever. And this was before PlayStation, and I was looking around at what was coming out, and then Sega started doing that stupid 32X add-on that you plonked in the top of the Genesis Mega Drive, and it gave you better games, but the games were rubbish. And I was like, I don't know. I just love my Sega so much. Where's the next Sega console coming from? And it just didn't materialise. And I thought, well, I don't know then. And so I stopped. I stopped gaming for pretty much 2 years. 2 years. But in the meantime, I didn't stop completely because I did pick up a handheld, which I think is the one in the back. No, I don't know where it's gone now. It's gone somewhere. But here's an imitation of it. It's the Game Boy. There you go. So even though I stopped gaming on a console, I had a handheld and I was still playing Tetris, of course, that everyone was playing back in the day. Everyone, even people who had no interest in playing games at all, played Tetris. Yeah. Where I used to live, we unfortunately had a lot of builders come in to do some work for about 6 months because we had a bathroom extension, put on and whatever. And the builders used to come in and they'd be walking the door like this on their Game Boys, all right, yeah, lovely. And it was Tetris, and everyone and their son was playing Tetris. It was just unbelievable the way that game just exploded. I suppose it was like the early version of Pokemon now for everyone else, but yeah, it was just crazy. And people said to me, yeah, I'd never played games before this. Never played games. No, but this is just brilliant. So yeah, so I played on the Game Boy and I got fed up with that. And then, of course, underneath the Game Boy, finally the PlayStation come out, and the rest is history, as they say. The rest is history. I returned to gaming. I was about a year late because the PlayStation came out. I didn't get one until 1997 because I got F1 97 with the PlayStation, and that was it for me. That was it. For the first week, and don't forget, I was doing a 12-hour a day job at the same time. I was basically playing that game for about, God knows, while I was working, 7 hours, yeah, and then I'd get a couple of hours sleep and go to work for the first week because I was just absolutely addicted to it. And the weekend, I was playing it 12 hours straight through F1 97. I managed to do a whole championship every weekend for about the first four weeks. I think whole championship, which I think was about 18 races, something like that. So yeah, that's how addicted to it. And they weren't short races. Well, I think they're about 20 lap races. So yeah, crazy times, and the rest was history. So there you go. Don't dirty 30, low. But you want no roof in the summer because it's so bloody hot. That's true. HRD says, Carmen George has been replaced with driver 22. Yes, indeed. She's nearly 35 now. Time for her to start racing in touring cars. I think it is about time. She's still mucking around in the single-seaters. I don't know why she didn't do touring cars anyway, to be honest. It would have been a better format for her than the single-seaters. HRD says, I'm starting to forget about turning 20. Yeah, that sounds alright. Jamie says, I'm 37. Someone at football Sunday called me 42. Then I went round two players, played a 1-2 and smashed one in the top corner. There you go. There's words of wisdom from Jamie there. Someone said they thought he looked 42. He's only 37 and he still managed to run rings around them. So, yeah, as I say. Age is just a number. It's pretty irrelevant at the end of the day. HRD says, by the time I'm 50, I hope to master every single game I've played. Now, that would be an achievement. I always set that as a target. I've dismally failed. I've mastered a few, but definitely not every single game I've ever played, because that would probably be going into the thousands right now. Thousands. Absolute thousands. I mean, I've still got games down here from the 90s. Let me see if I can reach them. Now you kids won't remember these, but back in the day, we used to have a console. A computer. I can't get it out because it's right at the bottom. Called an Amiga. You've probably seen it because it's all over YouTube because they just brought out a mini one a few months back. But we used to get all our games on these. It's called a floppy disk. Yeah, a floppy disk. Brilliant invention. Really was. That's only a blank one. But let's see if I can find some Amiga games. The great thing about this was they used to give you games free in like these magazines every month. You get... Look at that. I picked that one out and there's no games in it. Unbelievable. I've got about 4 packets of Amiga games sitting here. Let me see if I can find one. Oh, not that one. That's all workbench shit. Is there any actual games here? Or are they all just pirated copies? No, they're all pirated copies. Because that was the other great thing about floppy disks. You could just copy paste whatever you wanted. No restrictions. Back in the days, back in the days, back in the days. Surely there's some games on here. Let's have a look. No, there is no games on that one either. So it's got to be on here. Hang on a minute, I've got to swing my chair around. Here we go. I've got a big container of games. These must be all the originals. Hang on. Yeah, so this is what I used to get. And I used to give them away free on the front of these magazines. Look at that. Super skid marks. Stop it. Stop it now. No laughing at the back. Serious. That was a game. Back in, I think this is 1993. Something like that. Anyway, super skid marks. You get that for free on a floppy disk. Floppy disk. And they used to give away hundreds of these bloody things. Super skid marks 2. Yes. The return of the skid mark. Shoot 'em up special. Look at this. Look. Space Invaders. Space Invaders. Oh, yes. Tons of them. Let me see if I can find Jungle Strike. Who remembers that one? Yeah, with the helicopters. Oh, yes. That was free. Free with a magazine. Free. Unbelievable. Sensible World of Soccer. That was free. And, of course, Mortal Kombat. That was free. What else we got here? So yeah, it was a great time for video games. Dragonstone. Theme Park. That was the original theme park. That was. Look at that. I'm just trying to see. Oh yes, and here it is. Here it is. This came free with the console. Computer, whatever you want to call it. Grand Prix. Oh yes, I went crazy over that. I went crazy over that. Grand Prix. That was the Jeff Crammond one, if anyone remembers that. That was ace. And then of course we had... Oh good. Phew! Sneeze. It's all the dust off these discs. Nigel Mansell. Nigel Mansell. Yes. Fantastic. And there you go. That's what we used to have back in the day. Floppy disks. You can't beat a floppy. You really can't. I really must get round to selling this Amiga at some point because I really don't use it anymore. And it's supposed to be worth a few bob. Anyway, let's put all this crap back here. Right, okay. If I finish corn cranking now. I think so. What's the time? 21:35. Scott says, my first 3 games were, heard all about it, my dad told me about it, another YouTuber, Ted Meat, I learned more about him. Demo 1 version of 1997 had Newman Huss Racing. Nice. I've got all the demos as well. I think I've probably got that somewhere. All the PS1 demo discs and all the PS2 ones. That's saying, I think everyone's in agreement that they miss is the old demo discs. They were great. You just don't get them anymore. All 3 on the PS1. Your house is made of Texas block. Yes, it is. Play Tekken and F1 97. Will says, get Alex Gillian on Hookster Talks. I'll give him a try. I'll give him a try, Will. Atari I played. Can't remember the game it was. A little bar at the bottom. Loads of different coloured bricks. Had to keep the ball hit. I remember that one, Jamie. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, I know the one you mean. Yeah, with the coloured bricks. Yep. Jamie says, oh my God, Sensible Soccer. Yes. Do you remember that one, Jamie? Sensible Soccer. Oh my God. Let me see if I can find the date of that. Just to make you feel really old, Jamie, I'll tell you what the date of that was. If it's on, it might not be on there because it's a demo disc, I think, or a freebie. Sensible Soccer. That was the days, wasn't it, eh? Sensible Soccer. Give me 5 minutes, I've got to find it now. Cannon Fodder. Jungle Strike. Aladdin. Jimmy Savile's favourite phrase. Yeah. Move on quickly. There it is. Sensible World of Soccer. I was just looking at a date on it actually. It's no, there's no date on it. But it's about 93, I think it is. That's when the Amiga was at its peak. It was about 93. Just, I'll say, basically about 2 years before the PlayStation came out. But unfortunately, the Amiga then went bust because Commodore went bust. So that was the end of that little escapade, unfortunately. It was a great little machine, though, I must admit. It was a great little machine. Great little machine it was. Well, I say little, it's about the size of a house brick now, but... Oh, wow, the memories. Theme Park was on the... Yes, Theme Park was, yeah. I love Theme Park when you could make the... Was that the one where you could make the roller coaster? I think it was. Great. Matthew says, did you have school meals during your school times or packed lunch? When I went to school, Matt, we had school meals. Yeah, school meals. We did go into packed lunches further into my education, but when I started, it was all school meals. That's all you ever had. Packed lunches actually only became a thing about 3 or 4 years after I started school. It's just started to come in then it got really popular and everyone went to packed lunches. But when I started, it was school meals. And yes, they were bloody horrible. We used to have this thing called tapioca, if no one knows what that is. It looks like, I don't know, baby sick. It looks like horrible cold porridge. It was horrible. So that day, Dave went hungry because I refused to eat tapioca. Refused it. I wouldn't eat it, so I just didn't have anything. Jamie says, I got my floppy disk games at the boot fair. Yeah. Or at the Inn on the Lake once a month, they had dedicated games booth. Oh, the Inn on the Lake. I remember that. Jamie. In fact, I think that's the last place I went to a few years ago. Yeah. I'm going to say that was the last place that I ventured outside. No, but you know what I mean. On the PS1 demos, you'll even play them on your channel, just wondering. I actually, Scott, if you go through my back catalogue, I've got quite a few of the PS1 or PS2 demos actually on the channel somewhere. They're way in the distant past, but they are on there somewhere. What else have I got here? Let's have a look. Hang on. This was the other most popular magazine in England back in the day. It was called PSW, PlayStation World. And they used to give you a free DVD every single month. And you'd have everything on there. Game demos, previews, reviews of the latest games. All in DVD format. So you could just stick them in your PlayStation 2 or your DVD player at the time. This is actually all for PS1 because the PS2 hadn't come out when this came out. So yeah, you stick them in there and you get 2 hours of entertainment on there. 2 hours. Obviously, some of it you wouldn't even bother looking at because that's crap. But it was all on menus and index, so you didn't have to sit there through the whole 2 hours and keep fast forwarding it. You could just cherry pick what you want to have a look at, and it was great. And these were brilliant. And I really do miss these. You don't get any of this stuff these days. I used to love it when you get demos of games and then you'd sit there and play. You could play like the first 15 minutes of a game, and you used to get a pretty good idea then if you liked the game or not, to be honest. And it was just great. But the things we used to be able to do, and this is what I've always said, the sad demise of optical media, because you can't do half the things that you used to be able to do with optical media. I mean, back in the day, all our stores are called Game now, but they used to be called Electronics Boutique. And the great thing about Electronics Boutique is it used to have a 14-day return policy. So if you didn't like the game, you could take it back and you would get a full refund as long as the game was still, in very good condition, wasn't all scratched or anything. You'd get the full refund back, and it was absolutely great. So you'd go in, you'd buy the game at full price, take it home, play it to death for 14 days, and then take it back and say, no, sorry, I didn't like it. And they give you the whole of your money back. You could actually, if you had enough time, you could actually finish most games in the 14-day period before you had to take them back. You could, and it was brilliant. Unfortunately, EB at the time, which is now Game, cottoned onto that idea and they stopped it. Yes, they finally worked out that is what everyone was doing, and they stopped it and said you can only return it if it hasn't been opened. Yes, you can only, so that basically stopped it dead and you couldn't do it anymore. Such a shame. I was always on a very tight budget for gaming anyway, even back in the day when I was working, still on a tight budget for gaming. So that was just such a great idea. As long as you had the initial outlay of whatever it was for the game, 40 quid, and paid for it, you could get, I don't know, 6 or 7 games in a month. And you've only still paid that initial 40 quid because every time you take it back, you get your money back. It was just great. And you go and get another one. And then say, no, I didn't like that one. No, didn't like that one. And the thing is, there's so many staff working in Electronics Boutique, you never saw the same person twice. So it wasn't a case of, didn't you come in a couple of weeks ago? So it was like a conveyor belt. No one knew. But eventually, unfortunately, they did cotton onto it and they stopped it. And I was very, very sad. Very, very sad. I brought that one with the cars that go upside down. Roll Cage. Brought Roll Cage 1. Absolutely loved it. It was sort of, they called it Wipeout on Wheels. If everyone remembers, it was on the PS1. Wipeout on Wheels. So I bought Roll Cage and I thought it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant game. Next year, they brought out Roll Cage 2. So I went, yes, I'll go and do that on the buy it for 14 days and then take it back policy. I brought it home. Within 20 minutes, I absolutely hated it. They changed everything about the original that was good and made this just rubbish. So I thought, oh, that's... Ugh. So I took it back. But unfortunately, they just implemented that policy. So I couldn't get the money back on it. I was absolutely furious. Really was. But there you go. But yeah, it was great when you could do that. Just take them back after 14 days. Get your money back. Go and get another one. And away you go. The peak was for the PS1 was the last 1990. Yeah. My school canteen was terrible, says Matthew. If you were near the back of the queue, you wouldn't get anything good. So your best bet would be to push in this in or run as soon as the bell went. Exactly. Sounds like a plan. 97, 98, 99. I agree with you. They were the best years, especially for PS1 gaming. Definitely. And And the thing is, there were so many games coming out as well, different, because obviously it didn't take that long to make a game, because they only had about 12 people working on the games, and the games were a lot simpler than what they are now, so you didn't need all that time. So many games were coming out on the PS1, which is great because there's so much variety. Everyone was buying different genres and what have you. If you fast forward to today, there's just nothing like that. It's taking, a year, 2 years, 3 years to make a game. And there's just no variety now, is there? It's the same old game they just keep regurgitating because they know it will make some money. So that's what, rather than have original ideas. Original ideas these days are just dead. There is no original ideas. They just copy, what someone else has done, or they, just basically do sequels. And that's all they're going to do now for eternity, I think. Gaming in its form, I think, is pretty dead. I mean, I still enjoy it, but I enjoy more going back to the older ones than I do playing the latest up-to-date ones. Just on a point of a modern game that I'd like to criticise, I'd like to criticise Dirt 5 because I was absolutely mortified after about 30 minutes of playing that. I mean, it had absolutely zero career mode in it and no sort of progression whatsoever. Just standalone races, and that was it. No damage, only visual damage, which I think is one of the fundamentals of any sort of rally game. The fact that you could stove it into a wall and your wheels are hanging off and you've still got to limp to the finish line. That is what the rally genre was all about. That is what, Colin McRae, remember Colin McRae, even the old PS1 games, you could really smash the car up to bits and you'd still be going along and crawling along because your suspension's completely knackered. You're like, oh, come on, get to the finish line. Because, of course, back in those days, no restarts, no rewinds. No, if you stoved your car up, that was it. Yes. Nowadays, it's all sanitised and everything's given to us on a plate. And, I mean, could you imagine the original Tomb Raider now, with the fact that it had save crystals, so you could only save at certain points, sometimes 5 or 10 minutes before you could save. You imagine that nowadays, it would never get off the shelves. No one would buy it now if you had to wait 10 minutes to save. Okay, there's so much of every time you progress 10 seconds into a game, it's saved. It's auto save for you, isn't it? If you progress 10 seconds into a game, it's automatically saved in the background. Yeah. And that's what nearly every game is now. So you can imagine having to wait 10 minutes. But that was what brought the excitement, especially to the old Tomb Raider games, where you had to, and if you stuffed up and died, you had to go back and replay 10 minutes of the game again. And it's like, oh, but that was what kept you going. That's what kept you interested. But nowadays, it's just absolutely sanitised and crap. So yeah, Dirt 5, absolutely appalled. The graphics were very nice, but that was about it. And it looks like that's going to be the last Dirt game ever. Very, very sad end to the series. Very, very sad end to the series. If you look at the pinnacle of what it started as Colin McRae, what it evolved into which was Dirt, and what it became, which I still think Dirt 2 is the best Dirt that ever came out on the PS3. Dirt 2 was just brilliant. It's just great the way you had the sports drivers of the time, like Travis Pastrana or whatever his name was, and all those others, and they would, if you bashed into them during the races, they'd go, because you can have your audio name as the name that they call you, and thankfully Dave is in there, and if you bashed into them during the races, they go, hey Dave, watch it, and stuff like that. And it was just so much immersion there that sort of gripped you and pushed you into the story. It's basically just rallying, but it's still sort of gripped you and kept you going. And I still say Dirt 2 is possibly the greatest sort of Dirt that they come out with. Of course, as I say, you had the Colin McRae's before that it evolved into. And it's just a sad end that it finished with Dirt 5. But that was made by Evolution Studios, which made Drive Club and stuff like that. So it was always going to be more arcadey. But I didn't like it. And very sad end to the series. Very, very sad end to the series. But there you go. Right, let's see if we can find anyone, because it's 21:50. And love watching Tomb Raider 2, all the F1 games and motorsport games. Yes, me too, Scott, me too. Right, let's see if we can find anyone. No one's messaged me. No one's messaged me. Let's turn my camera off. Everyone's gone, yay! Hallelujah. 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 Right, let's see if we can find anyone. Let's see if we can find anyone. Let's go to there. See if anyone answers. Let's. Right, who are we going to get rid of? That one. That one. That one. That one. That one. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got to get rid of 2 people. 1, 2. Right, let's see if anyone's about today. I bet you they won't be. I bet you they won't be. Hello? Is there anybody there? TB, we love you. It's my Christmas bear. I knew I wouldn't get anyone this close to Christmas, don't worry. I knew anyway, that's why I've been nattering on for an hour, because I knew we wouldn't get anyone too close to Christmas. But I'm giving it a try. Oh, as I say that, hello young man.
Hello.
Welcome. TB says hello.
Hello.
How are we doing this evening? Oh, quiet everyone. Shh.
You've got more hair than you.
Well, that's not difficult, is it, Jamie? Let's face it.
Not much.
Not much.
But a bit more. You can't see it from it. You can see it on it there.
Oh, that's a lot more hair than me, Jamie. That's a lot. Hello. Hello. I agree with you. You're live on Hookster Talks. What do you think about the current F1 champion this year? Totally agree with you. Totally agree with you.
He gets his interviewing skills from Nick.
Yeah. None at all.
But yes.
Did you like Sensible World of Soccer, Jamie?
I used to play that game a lot. But it used to be, I think every game you could win about 10-0 just by running in straight lines.
Yeah, I bet you did. That was a great game.
And then that theme park game was brilliant. That actually was a brilliant game. I remember that.
Yeah. That was the one where you could build a roller coaster, wasn't it? Was that it?
Yeah, I'm sure you could.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah, that was great.
You had to build your way up to buy it, getting that.
That's it. Yeah. It wasn't all hands you on a plate. You had to sort of get your cash together, didn't you? So you could make your part look better and whatever. Yeah, I used to love that.
Yeah, it was like the original one. I can't remember what that other game was that I was talking about, but that was brilliant as well. Like I played that probably when I was about, I don't know, less than 10 years old. I used to play it like all the time. It was so addictive. Like you had like a little like bar at the bottom,
I know what you mean. Yeah, I can't think of it. I used
and
to
the
play
ball
that as
used to,
well. Yeah,
yeah, it was just like basically keeping the ball up, like hitting the bricks, and then
that's it.
once you'd hit all the bricks, like you'd go to the next level,
Yeah,
and the levels would get harder, and the ball would start moving about faster.
that's it. Yeah, I remember it. I can't for the life of me think what it's called though. But yeah, I do remember it definitely.
But yeah, I was thinking about what like I say, I used to go to that inn on the lake with my dad used to take me there. I'm sure it was only like once a month or something.
Yeah,
They used to they used to call them like games fairs,
yeah, yeah,
and I'm sure it was like, I think it was like, it was probably like a tenner for about 5 floppy disks.
yeah.
But back then, that was actually quite a lot of money.
It was. Yeah, yeah,
Stupidly, it was like,
yeah.
so like I remember like saying to my dad, like, it's a tenner, you get 5 of them, but he'd always like, I'd be there for about an hour trying to decide what games I want, because he'd be like, oh, you can only have 1 or 2, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah, those were the days. Those were the days. Yeah, in Chatham, you know the Pentagon, the shopping centre in
Yeah.
Chatham. Yeah. There used to be like 4 little independent retailers in there of like, they used to do like floppy disk games. And it was absolutely brilliant because you could get, because they had very few overheads because they didn't have much staff or anything, so they could sell the games like £5 or £10 cheaper than like the big stores could do. So it was brilliant for getting games in there. Yeah, back in the day, before electronic boutiques came along and destroyed the competition.
Yeah. Yeah, there used to be like a shop in Welling. The shop's actually still there, but I remember they used to do games. It was called, it's a record shop, but they done games as well. Cruising Records.
Yeah, a lot of record shops went into games as well, didn't they? I remember that. Yeah, as a sort of side business. Yeah, because the records,
Yeah, the one in Welling's still there.
yeah, because the old records were starting to dry up, weren't they, in the 90s? So they were trying to think, how can we sort of generate some business? So they should do that as a sideline, didn't they? The floppy disks and stuff like that in games. Yeah, I remember that.
That's it. Yeah.
Great times.
The good old days.
Hello. Hello. Welcome to Hookster Talks. You are the youngest member of the community so far.
And he looks so impressed by it.
He does, doesn't he? He's got that quizzical look now, saying, "What the ecky thump is that?" I'm watching my words here.
I don't know whether he's looking at you or himself.
I think he's probably looking at himself, because if he'd been looking at me, the horror would have been too much for him. No, he would have had to have looked away by now, Jamie. He must be looking at himself.
That's Uncle Dave.
Uncle Dave.
Yeah,
there you go. Look, yay! Uncle Dave. Fantastic.
I just want him to go to sleep so I can play the PlayStation, really.
We need to get Joe on here with Emily now, don't we? And then we could have, 2 babies together.
Yeah, it could be love at first sight.
It could be. It could be the start of something great here, Jamie. But he didn't answer the phone, so I don't know. He's missing out. He's missing out.
Could be a transatlantic relationship.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Why not? Why not?
And then Daddy will have to move to America. What a shame, because England's a shithole. And we can all go there.
It certainly is. I think the rate things are going, I might move to America.
Oh, don't. I was looking at, I think I was watching something the other day, and it was in Gibraltar, and all of a sudden I'm like, Oh, that's a good idea. Gibraltar. Don't even have to have a visa to go there.
No, yeah, why not?
Yeah. But they've all got a really weird accent now.
Have they really? Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like well, they're like most majority of people. Well, they all speak English,
Yeah.
but then obviously they all sort of speak Spanish as well.
Mm-hmm.
But their accent is like something you've never heard before. It's so strange.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's almost like, I don't know. It sounds like it's like an Italian person who's learned really good English, but they've
Yeah.
still got the accent.
Yeah. Oh, you mean like Dom?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Oh, Scott in the chat's waving to you, Jamie. There, look at this. This is
Hello, Scott.
interactive TV. You know, you don't get this on the big F1 YouTuber channels. No, you only get it here.
I'm still just living off my fame of winning Monday night. So
Yeah. Well, don't diminish that fame, Jamie. You know you can live off that for a very long time. Yeah. Don't forget all that F1 2016 with the Russia and me and the contact. How long did that went on for? Years.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of scope there, and that wasn't even a win. That was just a collision. You know, that was just a collision. This is actually a win.
Dusty's done you a favour. He made Joe forget about Russia.
He has. Yeah.
From now on, it's just going to be Miami. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're watching, Dusty, then I'd like to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Finally, I've been released from this prison. This prison I've been in for the last 6 years. I mean, every time Joe would message me, sometimes anyway, in the messages, he'd bring that up, you know, he would, Jamie. He'd bring it up, you know. He said, oh, yeah, it was a bit like Russia 2016, wasn't it? Yeah. You know, never let me forget. But, yeah, finally it's broken now, and now it's going to be Dusty, Miami 2022. Great. Love it.
What made me laugh, and Joe's probably, I don't know, you know what Joe's like, he probably is actually watching in the background somewhere.
He's probably in the bath right now, naked.
Yeah, creeping.
Yeah.
What made me like is he seemed more angry at Dom laughing about it than he did.
That was the greatest thing. He came into the F2 to drive the car just to hit Dom. That's all he came in for. He had no interest in driving the car. He just wanted to hit Dom because he laughed at him.
Yeah. But I thought he was going to go for Dustin and mess about. But no, he went. He was more angry laughing, and the more that Dom laughed, the more I started laughing.
It was great. It was great. If you're watching, Joe, hi. I bet he is. You know, I bet he is.
Yeah.
Sitting there in his bath with all his bubbles around him, I expect.
Oh, you're getting upset. Oh, I got.
Oh.
Take this in. There we go. That's better.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yep. That's gonna. I keep looking at that and thinking that's going to be me in about 10 years.
Having to be fed for a bottle.
Yeah.
You'll be all right. You'll probably enjoy it.
Yeah, probably. Oh dear.
Just when you start shitting yourself in nappies again, that's the problem.
That's true. That's true.
It's amazing, isn't it? You're born, you have to shit in nappies. Once you live your whole life learning how to be potty trained, and then spend your last couple of years shitting in nappies again.
Exactly. Yep. The circle of life. Crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. Yep. Absolutely crazy.
Look. You don't know? Yes. Daddy wants to play World of Tanks.
Yes. That's the most important thing. World of Tanks. Oh my God.
Good game. Recommend it to anyone.
Very good game. Some little ingrate blew up my T-34 very quickly last night.
Was you bad?
I was very annoyed. Mind you, the first game I went on, what I like to do is I like to pick like the weakest tank you can get. Yeah. So I've got this really grade 3, and it's so weak, it's horrible. But but it is quite fast. So what I like to do is I like to run round the big tanks and see how far it is, how long I can get round before I get completely obliterated. It's great. It's like being a gay man running around 4 straight guys and going, "Oh, chase me!" And it's great. I mean, last night I lasted about 10 seconds. I was literally going. I mean, there was one of the tanks was a Panther, and he had 1,700 armor on his tank, and I had 250. And I was literally running around and I was going, "Oh, come on, chase me!" Bang, gone. One shot.
I like it when you can do that against the one. Obviously, when you get like the light tanks, and then you'll come up against someone with a fixed turret, like the heavy tank destroyers.
Yeah.
So you can do that with the ones with a fixed turret. You can just try run, and then try to like reverse round and spin round. That's quite funny.
I love it.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
No.
I was trying to think trying to think if there's any F1 news, but there's not, is there?
There's nothing.
Nothing.
The only news that I got quite excited about the other day is that Susie Wolff may be becoming the team principal of Williams.
Yeah, I could see that's probably going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably his. Well, he's gone, isn't he? That whatever that was, it Josh something Capito or whatever. He's gone. So they currently have no whatever it's called team principal. That's the word I was looking for. They got no team principal at the moment. So I'm pretty sure Susie's going to be in there.
Yeah, it sounds about right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Ferrari appointed anyone yet?
I can't remember.
I don't think they have.
I don't think they have. No. Well, they got enough time. Let's face it. They got till I don't know, end of January, I suppose. They want to get it done by end of January, obviously, because they start testing in February, don't they? But they got till then.
Yeah.
They got till then to sort it out. So it should be all right. Let's hope we get someone fairly decent.
Yeah, well, I kind of think it'd just be funny if Gunther Steiner went there, but that ain't going to happen anytime soon.
No, unfortunately not. Nah.
They'll just get they'll get another Italian guy, and it will go wrong again.
Bound to. Because the trouble is, of course, in Formula One, it's continuity, and if you lose that continuity, which they've just done because they've just got rid of him, it's going to take them another 2 years to get back up again. So, and it's such a shame because they were really starting to show promise at the start of last season. Everyone said Ferrari are going to be world champions. Everyone said it, didn't they?
No, we was all saying it. I think even I said it.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone was saying it. Oh, yeah, Ferrari, world champions, mate. No question. Yeah. No question. And what happened? Nothing. And, of course, now the continuity's gone, so it's going to take them another couple of years before they build back up again. So it's just unfortunate, but they've got no chance again. No chance. So it's going to be Red Bull. Are Mercedes going to pull back? I don't know. Possibly not.
I think they will. I think actually Red Bull might struggle a bit more this year. Well, next year.
Yeah, they might do. I hope so. Because I like to see. I've said before, I like to see a good fight. So I'd like to see the Red Bulls fighting with the Mercedes at least. That would be good. That would be good. Because let's face it, Max pretty much ran away with it. He had very little competition, did he really?
In the end, he didn't exactly have a great start himself to the season.
Yeah, they had a lot of engine problems
but
Red Bull.
But after that, it was just plain sailing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
I mean, if they had a good start to the season, the championship would have been done like about 5 races before the end.
Oh, yeah. And then everyone would have moaned like anything. Oh my God.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It would have been like 2002 all over again with Michael Schumacher. Oh, was it 9 races still left, I think?
Oh, who's this?
Oh
Oh,
my
Merry,
God.
Merry
Oh
Christmas.
no.
Christmas. Merry, Merry Christmas. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Merry,
God.
Merry Christmas. Christmas.
Oh
Merry, Merry
no.
Christmas.
No.
Oh, yeah. Merry, Merry Christmas. Oh, yeah. Merry, Merry Christmas. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. No. Why does this always happen to me?
Uh,
You've got to be kidding me, Jamie. I got to be careful how loud I say this. That's the second time in a week that I've danced naked for a baby. Like, this is ridiculous. How do I always get put in these situations?
Thank God they're too young to realise what's going on. That's all I can say.
God. Yeah.
Thank God.
God, I'm going to have the RCMP, the Mounties, burst down my door looking for me.
Yeah. Operation Utria on their
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. But you see how it happens, Dave. You see how it
I
happens.
can
You
see
see
how it
how I'm an
happens,
innocent man.
Yeah, you're an innocent man. Yeah, I understand.
Fucking hell. It said something when Dom's the only one whose beard's the same colour as his hair, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say we all have beards now.
Yeah.
So now that I have a beard, can I be cool like you guys?
No.
Yeah.
Not that.
It's starting to look like, who's that like geezer who was like the poker player, and he's a bit of a lad. I think he's like I think he like sleeps with all porn women. Dan
Daniel Negreanu?
No, not Negreanu. No, begins with a B. I think. I know who Negreanu is. He's a really good poker player back in the day. I think he does.
Yeah,
Still
he's
does.
a Canadian. Yeah.
Blitzkrieg. Is that it? Dan Blitzkrieg? Something like that.
That I don't recall that name, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I'm sure
But
that I've seen him on site because I can't remember if he was a YouTuber or I'm sure he was a poker player. But yeah, he's starting to look like him, Dom.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll Google him and look him up, and maybe I'll have to make some changes. I want to look original, you know. So
Yeah.
I don't want to look like any other schmuck online.
I mean, you've had a lot less women than him, but that's not hard. Do you know what I mean? But
Well, I don't know what to say about that. It's just, you know.
maybe you could start doing like, like being a double. Well, you could go to a bar and pretend to be him, see what happens.
You know what? Yeah, maybe I'll throw on some really expensive sunglasses and a 3-piece suit. I'll download some business cards from, I don't know, like Vistaprint or something, and I'll say that I'm like a surgeon, and we'll see how far that goes. But yeah. How's your week been, lads? Coming up to the big old Holly Jolly, where Dave flies around England and climbs down people's chimneys and gives them presents.
I'm glad you said give some presents. I know what Dave's like.
Yeah, it's great. We love it in England, don't we, Jamie?
It's not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad.
It's not bad in terms of like, the festive culture, I suppose. Because in Canada, yeah, like it's prominent. Like there are a lot of I suppose Catholics that celebrate, and a lot of people decorate their houses, but not everybody does. Because that's a nice tree, Jamie. Actually, yeah, it's a really nice tree.
Yeah, I have nothing to do with that whatsoever.
But yeah, I would say the culture here is like it's nice, but it's not like whoa, Christmas, woo.
Yeah.
But the stores are very busy.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, obviously, people haven't got as much money as what they used to. I think people here are just not that infused by it at the moment. I don't think.
Yeah. This year, a big theme is like saving money because everything's quite expensive. So
yeah, exactly. Oh, here goes Dave. I know what Dave's going to do.
oh, what's Dave got?
This.
You would have missed it, Dom. You'll see in a minute. That's it. That's if he don't burn his house down first. Don't know how long it's going to take him. Take him a while. Okay, he's gone. Oh no, he's got it. He's got it.
Oh! Look at that TV. Let's go. Get festive.
That's the extent.
Wow. Yeah, that's that's pretty cool, Dave. Aren't you worried about him catching on fire?
I'm more worried about me catching on fire because these bulbs get out in about 10 seconds.
That's what we were. That's the first thing he was talking about, Dom, earlier. Like he's going to set on fire.
Oh my God.
Literally, his little arse there was one bulb right at the back, and his little arse was completely almost alight. These bulbs are ridiculous. I've had these quite a few years, but I've never felt bulbs that get so hot so quickly. It's ridiculous. That's not
well, not since 1978, right, Dave?
That's when I bought these. They were on sale, so shut it.
Oh man. Yeah, I've never seen Christmas lights like that, Dave. I'm very concerned. Like, where'd you get those? Wish.com? What are those?
Excuse me, we don't use Wish.com. We use AliExpress, okay? Because they're quality.
Oh, AliExpress. Oh, man.
I thought he was going to say you got them at Woolworths, Dave.
Oh, fucking hell, they're hot.
Dave, you're gonna light them up, Dave. Turn off the damn lights.
At least I can. At least I'm local. I can call the fire brigade for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus,
and then once the fire brigade gets to his house, Jamie, one of the older guys is gonna look at him and say, "Hey, aren't you that kid in the handcuff?"
Okay, let's not go there. Let's not go there.
Yeah.
Man.
The fireman who was like, he was 20 the last time he see Dave. Now he's the chief sergeant. He's about 55. At least the chief sergeant. I remember you.
He's gonna have PTSD flashbacks, Dave. Damn, unplug that thing.
Oh shit.
Sorry, my stupid speakers went off, so I've had to go on the headphones. Yeah. I expect the fireman, if he saw me now, would probably say, "Oh, I didn't recognise you, Dave, with your clothes on."
Oh, God.
I'm just testing these bulbs, hang on.
Testing them?
Yeah, just see how hot they're getting.
Yeah, they look fine, Dave. They look like they're working if they're burning your ass off. Actually, I got to get a new set of Christmas lights because a lot of mine are burnt out. Like there's a strand of 5 right here that are out. These Christmas lights, I think I bought them back in 2015, I think, and they've been on perpetually for the last 7 years. So a lot of the bulbs are burnt out.
Usually when one of them goes, they all go.
Yeah.
No, these ones are wired differently. They have a bypass wire, so if one goes out, it doesn't kill the whole strand. And they're LED lights too, so they don't burn like Dave's.
Yeah.
Hang on, something's burning my hand here. Hang on a minute. Ow, fuck! Jeez Louise.
We was talking about Monday night, Dom.
Oh yes, yeah, ERL Winners Club, JB.
But we was actually like, we was also saying, like, obviously Dustin done Dave a favour because now we'll talk about Miami 2022 rather than Russia.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dusty.
But
definitely.
But also I found it hilarious that Joe was more angry at you for laughing than what
Yeah, he took it personally. I messaged Joe too just now, hoping that he joins the call so we can discuss this. But yeah, oh man, I could tell when he's actually pissed at me versus when he's joking with me, because he will just keep on making jokes at me and poking me and trying to piss me off.
And the fact hilarious. Honestly, it was hilarious.
And the fact that he joined the F2 race just to crash into me was a huge sign.
That's what we were saying. I thought he was going to crash into Dusty, and instead he went for you.
He wanted my blood for some reason.
Watching now. I did say today he's probably watching.
Probably.
Hi, Joe. Hi, Joe.
Hey, Joe. Sorry for laughing so much at the cataclysmic events that took place in turn 1. Oh, but man, yeah, that was something else.
I think it was when I uploaded the video and you watched it and you just fucking passed.
Jamie, I gotta tell you, it was, nothing strikes me comedically more than when just something hilariously chaotic happens during racing games. Man.
Exactly. You got to take it. It's, at the end of the day, and I hope he is watching, or he probably is, because I'm not saying it behind his back, but Joe is due one. Joe was actually due one, because it happens to all of us, and all the time he gets away with it. Or sometimes he has, like, slight little knocks, and it'd be like just a little, a light green front wing.
Everybody has incidents, and so there's like a random element with the ERL races. Like if you take Monaco, for example, with lap traffic, like it's random. You don't know how exactly everybody's going to interact. Sometimes you get in accidents, sometimes you don't. But I mean, turn 1, lap 1 is one of the most dangerous parts of the race, and if somebody misses their braking point, it can happen to anyone. And you're right, it happened to Joe, unfortunately. But the reason I was laughing is because, first of all, it's a game, we're just here to have fun, even though we try to take it a little bit seriously and put some structure into it. But watching Dustin fly by me on the inside and Joe elegantly turning into turn 1 only to get absolutely clocked off the track. I'm sorry. I couldn't help. Even if you hear my my playback, if you hear my replay, I was even laughing a bit during the actual race into turn 1 because Joe was like, "Who's that?" And I was like, "I think it's Dustin." And so, oh man, I just couldn't stop myself. It was just so ridiculous and chaotic that it was hilarious to me. I couldn't believe it.
I wanted to look back because of there seemed to be other stuff going on. When he come back on the track, I wanted to look back, but all I could think was just run, just go, just go.
Okay, yeah. So what happened was he got knocked off. I saw it in my rear view camera, my rear view mirrors actually caught a little bit what happened, because he got knocked way off and then he rejoined the track. And I think it might have been you, Dave, that he ran into the side of, and he spun out again. And then I think Randy clocked him. So I think he absolutely got battered like a souffle. Nobody was there to see it, and we all carried on. And yeah, unfortunately for Joe, he was way behind in the race. I think he was nursing damage the whole race. Couldn't catch up. It was a mess.
He ended up. He was 30 seconds behind me in the end. Because I couldn't believe he was behind me 30 seconds. I was like, what? I actually came on the stream and went, hang on, I'm ahead of Joseph.
Yeah, I know, and like, yeah, to be 30, like he must have absolutely gotten rocked to be that far behind.
Yeah, I think it was as he came out of the pits, and obviously he must have had his wing change as well. So yeah, I mean, he caught me because I was on like full traction, and when that rain was coming down, the car was just feeling. It just felt like a broken vibrator the way it was banging off the traction control. So I knew that Joe would catch me really quickly, which he did. But it's just for those first couple of laps, I'm looking at the timing thing, and it said, yeah, Joseph 30 seconds behind me. I was like, what?
Yeah, it's surreal. Something that doesn't happen every day, you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
I thought, well, the rain saved me, to be fair. I think the rain actually saved me.
Oh, yeah. You and I were on hard tires at the beginning. Yeah. I know you really wanted to be on the mediums, but yeah, you and I were on the hards. Your pace was okay on the hards. The thing was, Jamie, like I said, your Sector 1 was so much better than mine, and I think I was a little bit faster than you in Sector 2 and 3. But I could never get close enough to go for a move. Well, except for that one time I went for a move into turn 1 and blew it. But
that was like on the first lap that the DRS come back though, wasn't it as well? I think it was the DRS, like you just overshot it because of you had
I wasn't used to braking on the inside, and I wasn't used to the speed that I had going into turn 1.
Okay, we got some messages in the chat. Mr. Iron Patriot.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Iron Patriot says, Dave, hello sir, welcome to the stream. Matthew D'Souza says, nice beards on show tonight. He says, I can only grow a semi-beard. Well, these days, Matt, I can only grow a semi. Matthew says, you're both threats to Joseph now, so he might feel you're playing mind games. And he also says, what are you all doing for Christmas? I'm going to try my best to hopefully keep my diet to a decent standard.
Oh, my diet's blown. I think I went through a box of Oreos over the course of 2 days.
We can tell.
Yeah. I'm not eating as much chicken anymore. I don't know. Maybe you guys will be happy to hear that, but I've calmed down a little bit on the chicken.
The chicken will be happy to hear that. Yeah.
What about the salmon?
Yeah.
Fuck salmon. I'm never coming back to that. Fuck salmon. I am never coming back to that. Well, maybe I'll have a little piece, but man, those 4 pieces of salmon that I had that one time, Dave, man.
Bad, was it?
I mean, you know what happened. It absolutely ripped and dripped through me.
Oh, dear.
I expect those salmon probably still had their shit tubes inside them, Dom, to be honest.
Oh.
You know the little poop shoots inside the fish.
Oh man.
You're supposed to cut out before you cook them.
Well, they were just salmon fillets, you know, like, so it was just the body of the fish. So I doubt there was any, quote, fish poops inside of them.
Poop shoot.
They're poop shoot, yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do. I think it's with prawns in it. Right inside the prawn, there's this little tiny poop shoot, and you're supposed to dig that out before you start cooking them. But no one does. Just cook them.
Oh my god! Yeah, I don't know about that.
You don't want to eat the poop shoot.
No, definitely not.
Nobody eats the poop shoot. Well, unless that's your thing, of course. Then go right ahead. Whatever floats your boat.
No, I don't know. Did Joe get back to you, Dom?
No, it said he was active 32 minutes ago on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's not on then, is he? He's not.
Nah, I doubt it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
He doesn't want to talk about Monday.
No. He's still going over it.
Yeah.
Hi, Amy.
Hi.
Hello, Amy.
Hello.
I don't know if we've met. I'm Canadian. That's all you really need to know. Unless you want to know more, that's totally cool as well.
No.
I'm 27 and
God.
I live in my basement. And,
That's a real endorsement, that is, Dominic. I live in my basement with my
I'm honest.
with my mum.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Oh, dear.
To all the ladies out
Oh, and
there.
I'm a very good dancer.
Well, that makes up for living in your basement then, doesn't it?
It does. It does most of the time.
Feel what?
Doomsday.
No. Oh, God. That's the thing. Amy watches like TikTok and things, and then it's like she just thinks Americans are like what they are on TikTok, or Canadians. Do you know what I mean? She just asked because you live in the basement, are you a doomsday prepper?
No, not a doomsday prepper. No. Oh man, that's funny.
Or every now and then she asks me random questions. There was anyone you talked to living, I don't know, what was one the other day? Fucking Idaho or something.
Ohio.
Oh, Ohio.
Ohio. Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever met somebody who's from Ohio. But yeah, well, Ohio is a very interesting state. United States.
I can't even remember where it is.
What?
I couldn't answer that for you. I don't know. I think it's a western, or it's like a middle western state.
Yeah, somewhere around there. What was it?
The Idaho murder. Moscow.
Idaho murders.
Yeah, the college students that got killed.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, because they don't know who did it.
Oh, what? So you're expecting someone that I talked to know who done it? Honestly, this is what TikTok and Netflix does to you.
Ah.
I don't know. Anyone? Oh, no, Dom's looking.
Oh, I'm just looking on Google. Dave, you might actually know this. How do you burn MP3 files onto a disc, onto like a CD-ROM?
You should be able to do that through Windows.
Yeah.
Windows.
When you've got the CD-ROM in your drive, you just right-click on it, and it should say burn.
But then you would have to select files to burn. Oh, like I guess do you need special software to do that, or is it built into Windows?
I can't remember what is built into Windows, but they used to have something like that into Windows where you could just copy the disk. Yeah, but I can't remember. I haven't done it for a few years because burning to discs is about it's so 1990s that no one actually does it anymore. But as you are so up to date, then give it a go.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna see if I can do that.
They've also got those great things out now, Don, called DVDs. Have you ever seen them?
DVDs?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
You've not seen?
Wait, you can burn? Can you burn audio files to DVD discs?
You can if you want to, yeah.
Yeah.
You can get a lot more on a DVD disc because they're 4.7
Oh
gigs.
shit!
I
wish I knew that.
But the great thing about DVDs are you can get a little disc and you can put it into this little thing called a DVD player, and it plays movies on your TV. Honestly, it plays movies. It's a great little thing. It is.
I want to be able to put this into a car, like a mid 2000s car, and play music off the CD drive.
Yeah.
So I don't think they would.
That's usually how it works.
Yeah, I don't. I don't think they read DVD drives. No.
Yeah, but no, you get you can buy it. Well, I don't know if you, I can buy it in my, but you should. I don't know what sort of store you'd have there that'd sell them, but yeah, there's so you get DVD discs, or you can buy a blank disc that does audio. You can just buy
Yeah.
you can buy like a pack of like 5 blank discs, but one will be for audio and one will be for like video, like say like DVD.
Does your
Well, these
does your
hold
does,
700 megabytes.
yeah, that's a CD.
Yeah,
So CD you can burn audio to. Yeah.
Yeah. Does
Okay.
your player in your car play MP3s?
I hope so.
So you haven't actually tried it, because it might only just
No,
play
no.
it might only just play CDs.
Yeah, I haven't actually tried it yet. So,
Yeah,
well,
it's-
I'm hoping that it'll play CDs. I don't need it to play DVD audio.
No,
Just
but,
CD audio.
usually they have like a little MP3 symbol on the front of the stereo if it does play them, but not all the time. So you could be lucky.
Okay, we'll find out. We'll see.
But yeah,
But,
if you need a bit of software, Dom, then just go on the internet. There's tons of free software that will let you burn MP3s if you want to. If you can't find it on Windows, I can't remember what version of Windows these days. But I say you used to be able to just burn a disk off of Windows, but I don't know whether you can do MP3s. But as I say, there's tons of free.
I gotta do it. I gotta do it off my old ass laptop because my desktop doesn't even have a CD disk drive.
What?
So,
what?
no.
This was in the 1970s.
No, my friend and I built this PC back in 2010 or 2011, and it's quite outdated now. And yeah, we never installed a disk drive because who the hell was gonna need a disk drive in the 2010s through 2020s, you know? But I did.
Everyone.
Yeah. So. And I don't want to go out and buy an external disk drive. You know what I mean? Like it's not worth it. So I have to do it on my old Windows 7 desktop from the 2000s.
Who has external disk drives these days? I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Who does?
Well, my neighbor, when my neighbor and I built this PC, he actually had to bring an external disk drive in order to boot up some software to get the computer going. But it never crossed my mind to get one myself.
Actually, saying that, Dom, an external disk drive is actually better than a disk drive that's actually inside the machine, because when you buy one with it inside, they give you the cheapest quality crap they can get away with. And like the disk copying speeds on one that's actually built in is nothing compared to, well, just to give you an example,
the external.
Just to give you an example, this one here that I've had this for donkey's years. Once you get inside the machine, right at about 8 times speed maximum. This writes. This writes at 24 times speed. So.
Oh wow!
So it'll copy a DVD over in about 3 minutes, whereas one inside your machine take about 10 minutes. So yeah, they are
okay.
Really
good.
What do you need this for anyway, Dom? You got to start listening to yourself speak whilst you're driving along or something?
No. I recorded some music and.
Was it?
You want to listen to yourself in the car?
No. I recorded some music
from the 90s. Was it from the 90s?
I recorded some music with a girl, and she wants to give it to her family as a Christmas gift.
Oh shit!
Jamie, no! And so I asked her yesterday, like, because we finished our project. I said, okay, how do you want this formatted? Do you want me to send you the files, or do you want a USB with the songs on it, or do you want the disc, like a CD, like old school kind of thing? And she said, well, yeah, my mom's kind of old school, so I think a CD would be nice. She could play it in the car or whatever. And I had no idea how to burn files onto a disk. Welcome, Don the Man, another superior beard to the chat. Hello.
Yeah, just woke up.
Jamie, it'll be fine because 2 minutes
I
after.
already talked to Joe. I will be back on ERL this Monday.
Nice one,
Cool.
Jamie. It'll be all right because 2 minutes after she's gone, or 2 minutes after Dom's gone, they'll turn around to each other and say, "Well, they'll make good coasters."
Well, so long story short, I don't know anything about burning MP3s to discs. I'm learning how to do it today. It doesn't seem too complicated, but that's what I'm doing it for. I'm doing it for a girl. There.
It's
I'm
easy.
doing it for a girl.
It's easy, Dom. It's easy.
That's shocking, though.
And she'll forever be your friend.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, man.
Good evening, Donald. Where's
So,
you
yeah,
been?
busy.
Oh,
Retail kind of sucks this time of year.
and what's happened to your other friend?
But yeah, last 2 weeks ago when we had Portugal, I just straight up overslept.
Mm.
And then last week, I messaged Joe. I was helping somebody move stuff out of their basement.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I
Okay,
messaged Joe yesterday saying I would be back this Monday.
If you were here this Monday, Don, I think you would have been in for a pretty interesting race and maybe even competing for a podium because of the carnage that happened in turn 1.
I forget whose video I saw, but I think it was Jamie's video when he posted in the chat how he got to lead him.
I posted like the first 30 seconds or so, yeah.
Yeah,
And
it was pretty wild.
It sucked I missed Miami because that was where I got my first ERL podium.
Yeah.
Miami's the place for firsts.
Mhm.
It's a good.
I'm like, I better make this weekend because I'm the one that suggested Monza be put on the schedule.
Yeah, Monza's a good track too. And for God's sakes, Dave, of all the tracks to manage your ERS, Monza is the one where you cannot run out of ERS on lap 2, Dave. Damn it.
I can. It's easy.
I keep on telling him this.
Why you say you can't, Dom?
Well, it's so much slower if you run out of ERS at Monza. Like Monza, you have to manage your ERS like absolutely meticulously, or else like you're gonna be 5 seconds slower overall in the race if you don't have ERS at the end.
Keep on telling him about that.
But
Dude.
Dom,
I'm telling you, Dave.
but Dom, I can't even manage my bowel movements, let alone the RS.
Well, you better start learning, Dave. Oh man.
We got Matthew in the chat. Let's have a look, see what he says.
Hey, Matty D. Yeah.
He says, completed my first semester of online uni. Just one more to go until I've completed my course. Can't wait till it's done. Bored of studying for the last 16 or 17 years. I wouldn't advise doing an online degree as it's definitely not worth £27,000 for a couple of lectures a week, and that's about it.
Jesus
Jeez.
Christ.
Louise.
Yeah, shit. That's a lot of money.
£27,000. Blimey.
Thing is, as well, I couldn't even when you do stuff online, it's not the same either.
No,
Like,
it's not. No.
It's bloody foolish. Like anytime I have to do anything for work, like at work in front of the computer, I just end I'm sitting there falling asleep.
That's like at work. That's like at work where we're forced to do these CBL bullshit, fucking things on the computer.
Okay.
Yeah, so especially working overnight, it's so easy to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been on the computer all day today at work because I had to do like an apprenticeship thing. Although it's weird, I can't bother to go into it. But basically, when you join the railway now, you also have to do an apprenticeship. So, but even though I joined like years ago, when I changed job role, I then had to do the apprenticeship, even though I was already in the company. But anyway, I basically completed most of it today. But I was sat in front of the computer from about 6 o'clock this morning until about 11:30, just typing shit up, and it is long.
Yeah, I hate sitting at a computer.
Where did Dom has just disappeared.
He has. I expect his phone battery's died because that's the story of his life, Jamie. It really is. He's
You don't know how to use a charger?
he's one of these people, Dom, where he's in for like his what do they call it? Not conversation. Now he's back again.
What the fuck happened, Dom?
There we go. I tried calling Joe, but I didn't realize it was going to end this call.
Oh right,
But
okay.
we're okay. We're okay.
I was just about to say, Dom, that you're one of the people that you won't charge your battery until it's at 1% left, do you? You're one of those people, because you're saying, well, I'm saving the planet because it's 1%. That's you, isn't it, Dom?
Oh well, yeah. Today I was lucky and I remembered to charge my phone, so it's at 87% now.
I had to plug mine in a minute ago. It went down to 2%. You almost lost me.
That would have been tragic.
I know. It would. And I don't know why it drains so much when it's always the same when on these calls. It drains so much. Like it's been on charge now for like 10 minutes and it's only gone up to 6%. Whereas if it was just sitting there, it'd be on about 20 or like in between 20 and 30 by now.
Yeah.
Well, you also are doing a video chat on it, so.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Like it drains the battery so quickly.
Facebook Messenger uses a lot of data as well.
And a good chance we could have carnage on lap 1, turn 1 this weekend. Monza's not the easiest turns 1 and 2 to get through.
True.
Yeah, it's like that chicane. You can't stop. Like when you're going down at first.
Hopefully Joe will get through
And
it.
especially
Okay,
with this being the way these cars react on cold tires.
Yeah.
but hopefully Joe will get through it okay, because if we have 2 incidents in 2 weeks, I can't even imagine what the consequences will be. I really can't.
I think the race should be red flagged, I reckon.
Yeah.
Where'd
Restart!
Joe finish on Monday?
Huh?
Where'd Joe finish on Monday? I know you won, Jamie.
Oh, I think he finished 5th.
Yeah, it's 5th. Yeah, 5th.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, what the hell happened to him?
He had a slight altercation with Dusty. Well, when I say slight, 1 minute he was on the track, next minute he was nowhere near it.
Dusty went into the first corner shouting.
I
Lee
saw
was
that
Jenkins.
from your onboard, Jamie.
Yeah. Yeah, but it weren't just a little tap that he usually gets away with. It was like full on. He was like completely done for.
Where'd you finish, Dom?
2nd, pretty much right behind Jamie.
Yeah.
Is Joe not leading the standings?
I
You
think it might actually be me.
was level on point before that race.
Yeah, it's 8 points now because I've already had.
Okay, I want
already had
someone else besides Joe to win the ERL title this season.
Yeah, I've already had the autopsy phone call, so the messages have started already. 8 points, 8 points.
That's a lot to get back. I don't know. What's the difference in points between first and second? I don't even know.
It's 18.
Well,
18 and 25.
Yeah.
So
7 points.
Yeah, so it's easy to get back then, really.
Yeah, I think so.
I wish I could make every race like these days, actually, because I think I'd do pretty well if I could make every race now.
See, yeah, it's just unfortunate. Like, I was on schedule. Like, I'm trying to do but like these last 2 weeks, fucking shit came up.
Yeah.
I think Monaco actually had quite a bad race, but then races before that I was doing all right. I think like I've been coming. I've had a few third places, a couple of fourth places. I think Monaco, I was like, I can't remember. I was like, I think I might have been fifth or sixth, maybe. But I fucked up in that race anyway. And then, and then got a win the other day. So.
And now I think about it, I might have missed the last 3 races.
You've missed.
Monaco was before last.
Yeah.
Monaco is. So yeah, I missed Portugal, Monaco, and Miami.
Yeah. Because I was going to try and race Monaco, not Monaco, Portugal, but I was ill, and I just couldn't. But
yeah, it's just my work. It's just my work week's been so. The 1 week I actually worked overtime. That's right.
Yeah. Then Ollie's the same as you because he does similar thing. He every night he's like, "Oh, I'll be online later," and then he doesn't. He's too tired. So.
Well, it's just working retail, I work overnights at Walmart. This time of year is like their busiest time of the year, leading up to Christmas.
Yeah.
Which I cannot wait until after this week's over.
Yeah, I quit retail after Christmas one year. That's when I quit. That's when I quit retail after Christmas. I was still working in in Next, which is like a clothes store, and I was manager there. After Christmas, you always get the New Year's sale, like Boxing Day sale. Goes on for about a week or whatever. And I was like, right, that's it. I'm never doing one of these again. Fucking had enough. Never working it. And I left like about 3 months later.
What are you doing, Dom?
Playing some chess.
Oh, okay. Well, screw you then.
Sure you know how to play correctly?
Not really.
How can you not know how to play chess correctly?
Well, no, I know how to play, but I'm not very good.
Oh, all right. Yeah, all right. There is that, but yeah.
Yeah, chess is one of those games you got to think moves ahead.
Yeah.
But are you playing against the computer?
No, I'm playing against another person.
Oh, okay. That's always a bit more difficult. Don, you might know him. What's that guy with a beard? His name's Dan something, and he's like a poker player, but he's got loads of money, and he just sleeps around with loads of women.
I have no idea.
I always see him on like fucking stupid lad Bible, like like their little news flash things. But I can't think of his name, but Dom's starting to look like him with his beard.
I've got a suspicion that beard may not be entirely natural.
He's like,
Yes, because it looks too good. What do you reckon, lads? It looks too good to be natural. I think there's some kind of dyeing substance going on here. Now, own up, young man. Own up.
I think what gives it away is that I'm sure he didn't have one 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Are you putting dye in your beard, Dom?
No, it's all natural.
Hold your hand up.
It's all natural.
No, just
all
one.
natural.
Just one hand.
Yeah, he said, "Hold your hand, not hands."
I don't know. I think there's some dyeing going on there. Look at his face. Look.
No, honestly, there's no dye. There's no dye.
No dye.
Dave, unfortunately, he's just younger than us.
Damn it! Is that what it is? Damn it!
How old are you? Like 20?
He wishes.
27.
27. Blimey. I was still a little.
When you turn 28, Dom?
April.
Oh, same month as me. He's an Aries. Gotta watch that.
I'm a
temper,
Gemini.
Dom.
I turned 33 in May.
Dom, gotta watch that temper.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, gotta watch that temper. Oh my god.
I thought that was. I don't listen to all them, but I thought that was my one. I'm a Scorpio.
Oh yeah, and you as well, Jamie. Yeah, Scorpio, Aries, fire signs, very, very hot-headed, and
Sounds about right, to be
yeah,
fair.
yeah, very, very do rash things and then don't think about the consequences till later.
And
That's-
Gemini's have the they could be good 1 minute and then pissed off the next.
I'd like Amy just said in the background as you were saying that, she went, "Yeah."
there
Yeah,
you go.
to who?
There you go.
About me. It's nice, isn't it?
Anyway, Jamie, how's Harrison?
He's all right. I don't know. He's a bit traumatized. Don was dancing naked in front of him earlier.
Not naked. I was dancing passionately for you guys, and then all of a sudden a baby pops up on screen. You know what I mean?
That's the end of
How
my
old is he
YouTube
now,
career.
Jamie?
How old is he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 months, I think. I don't know.
That goes by quick.
Yeah, but you kind of just lose track in, like, until they're about a year old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because everything's done in, like, if they do it, like, everything's done in weeks for some reason. Like everyone says, like Amy just said, he's about 16 weeks. So what's that? 4 months, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but just about.
I think he'd actually be 15 weeks then. Yeah.
You think
Right.
4 weeks, that's 28 days. 31 days in a month.
Yeah. Well, he was born at the end of August, so.
I
Yeah,
have
that'd be
to,
about 4.
I have to say, with the current baby quota in the ERL league, that there's some people in this league that are got a lot of catching up to do, haven't they? Really, let's face it.
I see. Okay.
You won't have to worry about Dom being a dad anytime soon.
In fact, I think Jamie is number 1 in that league. Are you not, Jamie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yep, Jamie's number 1.
Yeah. Joe will probably get there soon, I reckon.
Yeah, Joe's gonna make it a competition.
Yeah.
He will do, yeah.
Yeah, Joe will have another one. But it's like I see in the other chat, well, like I spoke to anyway, and like both Jeffrey and TV just went by. Like Jeffrey and CB are both engaged now,
Yeah, I
aren't they?
know. Crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. And the funny
Yeah, I
thing
saw that.
and the funny thing is,
I saw that about Jeffrey.
yeah, and the funny thing is, I talk to Jeff all the time in like PSN chats, and it was literally like, I don't know, 8 months ago, we were talking about women, and I said, yeah, don't bother with them, Jeff. They're just not worth it. He said, oh, don't worry, I don't intend to. 8 months ago that was, and now he's engaged. That's just crazy, isn't it?
And then, what is it, Dust? You said Dusty, Jessica?
CB.
CB, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
He used to be in our league. He's just not here anymore, but he used to be in it, yeah. Little
Oh.
while ago. He was in 2010. Did a bit of 2016 as well, occasionally.
His name was Charles, right?
Charles,
Yeah.
Charles. I think I'm friends with him on Facebook. It's just I don't talk to him much.
Yeah, Charles Smith, yeah.
Charles Smith. Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. They're both. Well, Jeffrey's a nice guy as well, and like they both are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm happy for Jeff, I'll tell you. But it's just crazy that happened like that. Literally 8 months ago, I'm telling him not to bother with women. He said, oh, don't worry, I won't. Can't be bothered with me, he said. Can't be bothered with him. I went, good lad. And then I'm engaged. I'm like, holy fuck.
Well, good luck to them both.
Yes, exactly. I was only joking anyway. I'm just an old Scrooge. I am really. I'm a quiet.
So, Don, what you have to draw reminders on that whiteboard behind you?
Do I have to draw what?
Reminders so you remember to do shit on your whiteboard behind you.
Yeah, today, let's see what I have here. Oh, the writing's probably backwards for you guys. Let me see if I can change that here.
8 a.m. Get up,
Oh,
masturbate.
Oh, hold on.
9 a.m. Have breakfast.
There we go. So we got groceries. This stands for LCBO, which is the Liquor Control Board of Ontario. Basically, it's a liquor and beer store. So I had to go there today and pick up a few things. I had to pick up some toys for the kids' Christmas. And then I wrote CD, ? Music project. And yeah, there are the CDs. So yeah, I had to make a list today because there was a bunch of shit to do.
And you can't just
When you try
remember
to practice
4
algebra,
things.
I just see random letters and shit.
Oh, this is these are notes for a song that I was working on, just the form on it. So the I stands for intro. This is verse 1. This is the pre-chorus. This is the chorus. Intro again, verse 2, pre-chorus, double chorus. I was just making notes on the form of the song. And then I have paint doors because the doors in my apartment, I've had that paint doors and boil bass strings up for like a month. But here's a good example. So there was like a little crack in my door here, and I painted over it a little bit. But the paint is much whiter than what the door actually is, so I have to repaint them all. Like they're quite yellowed, so I have to do that. And then boil bass strings. So my bass strings are quite old, and one of the tricks that you can do to revitalize them and to shape the metal back to their original shape, I suppose, is to boil them in hot water. So I got to do that too. Maybe I'll actually do that today. But yeah. And then these.
Dave.
No, Dave, come on. That's cool. That's cool. Music's cool. Look at these drums. Woo! So cool. Oh, look at this dog. Woo!
To be fair, I'd
Dave,
like
the
to.
dog probably saying, "What the fuck's wrong with you?"
She looks well happy,
Look how
doesn't she?
he
She looks well happy.
That dog looks fucking terrified.
Oh, Dave, look at this Super Nintendo.
Oh, God, Super Nintendo.
Just
Why is
sitting
that
on
on
the
the floor?
floor.
Would you keep yours in a box, Dom?
Keep what? My Super Nintendo in a box? What do you mean?
Yeah, yours is actually gray.
I lucked out, and this one didn't have any sun damage. So I'm trying to sell it before Christmas to make some extra cash.
Yeah, that was a problem with that plastic on this. That's like the problem of mine. It's like that. It turned into like that yellow colored shit from.
Yeah, probably looks something like this, right?
Yeah, exactly like that.
Yeah. Yeah, this one is pretty Sunday. This is like my spare for
Just
spare
that
parts.
That's just that top gray part and that gray around the eject button, obviously, and right around where the cartridge goes. Those are the only things that are like stayed its color.
Yeah.
Just like yours.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Just a problem they all had.
Yeah.
I mean, still works real good. I mean, I have it in a box in my closet.
Yeah, they there's a way to actually bring it back, but you have to use like hydrogen peroxide or bleach or something. Dave probably knows a little bit more about that. About why the console's yellow and if there's a way to reverse it.
Yeah, it's because there's a chemical in the plastic that they made back then, and it reacts to sunlight, and so it discolours them. I'm going to play chess with you, Mr. Dom, and I'm going to play your Nintendo and hit you back with a Commodore Amiga 600. There you go.
Oh!
Look at that bad
Damn.
boy. Look at that bad boy. Now, do you know how much these are worth, Mr. Orlando?
Commodores? Oh man, they're probably worth hundreds of pounds, no? And that one's in pretty good shape.
Yep. This is currently worth on eBay £216.
Yeah, that's a pretty big chunk of change there. No, that's really good, Dave. And that one's in good condition.
It is.
Dave,
Yeah.
you could sell that and buy something more modern like a PS5.
I could do, yeah. I'm thinking about it, Jamie. I'm thinking about it because I've been hanging on to it. 'Cause I don't really use it anymore, and it still works. It's all fully working. That's the great thing. Even Dom, the disk drive works as well, which a lot of these don't. They fail. This works.
Oh, okay, that's
this
good.
Works fully. I've got power supply for it and everything. So yeah, it's a bit of it's sitting here, sort of winking at me, saying, "Go on."
Yeah. No, that's really cool, Dave. Actually, I don't think I have anything older in my collection than the original Nintendo, the NES from '85.
Is that a backwards PS3 or just an all-day one?
This was the PS3 that I met you on, Dave, on Gran Turismo. So this is my personal one,
Yeah.
but this one here is a backwards compatible PS3.
Oh, so that was like the launch
unfortunately, it
edition.
doesn't work.
It doesn't work. Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah,
They are worth a fortune.
What's
though.
wrong with it, Don?
it has the infamous yellow light of death. The heat sink is probably all fucked up in there, probably overheated during some time in its life. So I can't get it to boot up. I would have to take everything apart and I would have to redo the thermal paste. And these things, if you've ever opened them up, Don, they're such a hassle. Like there's so many parts inside the original
I didn't
PS3.
get my first PS3 until '09. So
Okay,
I
yeah.
have the same one the same style you said you met Dave on.
Yeah, this is like
I remember I got mine in November of '09. And it came with the first Infamous and Batman Arkham Knight.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And then I got NASCAR '09 for it. And then my buddy Dave Tortu, who just joined the ERL this season,
Yeah.
I met him playing NASCAR '09.
Oh, that's really cool.
And then we decided, since he lives like 25 minutes from me, we had decided to meet up when we both went to Dover one time, and that was the end of that.
That's cool.
If you've known him that long, why is it taking him that long to join the RL?
Because he had a PlayStation back then, and then he didn't have one until recently. He got out of gaming, and then he recently got a PS5 and got back into he recently got back into games.
Ah, fair enough.
Because after NASCAR '09, and then remember Gran Turismo 5 got the NASCAR rights. That's when NASCAR rights went to Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
After that is probably the last time they played NASCAR through Gran Turismo. That was probably the last time. Till just a few months ago, I actually gamed with Dave.
Okay. I wish Gran Turismo would. I know they'll probably never get the rights back to NASCAR, but I wish they would come out with their own generic stock car to be added in game. That would be a lot of fun.
I will say, EA. That's one game EA actually did right. Their NASCAR game.
Yeah, during like the 2000s. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that game actually. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, all of them were pretty good. I say like 2003, 2004, people say the best, but '09, the online was good. Like when you did public the lobbies, you were able to do practice laps and shit while you were waiting for the lobby to fill up.
Yeah.
That was convenient.
What did I play earlier or yesterday? I played I think I've seen. I played European truck racing.
Nice.
How was that?
It's really, really difficult. Like
You
really.
don't let your dog out? Dumb.
Yeah, I gotta get off the call soon and let her out and do some other things like burn the damn CD. So
Yeah, I've got to
But
disappear.
yeah,
I've got to disappear as well, lads. So I'd just like to say thank you very much for joining me tonight.
yeah,
No problem.
yeah, lots of fun.
We hope you all have a Merry Christmas, whatever you're doing.
Yeah, and
You
you.
all too.
And you, Hookster,
I will be.
try not
I'll be here.
to burn TB with your light bulbs.
I don't know about that. I might get up to other things with TB over Christmas, but that's another story.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about Monday night. I think Joe should have we should have cancelled Monday night until the week after. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, I'm not doing anything on Boxing Day, so I can race.
Ah, yes, Canadians have Boxing Day. I just remembered that. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we're
Yeah,
just
I was,
copycats of you, Dave.
I
I
mean,
know.
I'm sure if Christmas was Monday, he would have postponed a week.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. But it's still like over here, like Boxing Day, people still do stuff like. It's always like the second day with a family or whatever, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you got to think of like if some of us traveled for Chris to be with family for Christmas and shit.
yeah, that's what I meant. Like, yeah. But we'll see. I'll try and make it.
Okay. Anyways,
Oh,
lads.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
talk to you. I'll see you on Monday.
All right.
Yes, indeed.
Thanks for having us, Dave. Lots of fun chatting.
No problem. Thanks for being on the show. You saved it because I thought I'd be talking to myself. Not that everyone minds, but it's better to talk to other people than talk to myself for an hour and a half because I forget what to say and then start repeating myself. And then everyone goes, "Shut up, Hookster." It gets very embarrassing. But there you go.
All right. Anyways,
Right, guys. I'll
catch
talk
you
to you.
guys later.
Thank
Merry
you very
Christmas.
much. Merry Christmas to you all, and say Merry Christmas to everyone in the chat as well, because they've been
Yeah.
our biggest supporters all year. So, Merry Christmas
Later.
to all
Merry
of you.
Christmas to you all,
Merry
and to
Christmas.
Happy
all a
birthday
good
to
night.
HRD.
HRD, Matthew D'Souza, and everyone. Scott Barnes, all of them in the chat. Thank you very much for joining me. And thanks
Have a good night.
Thanks to Dom's dog as well, who's for the moment name has escaped me, but that's not difficult.
Daisy. Stinky baby.
Daisy, because you keep calling it Stinky Baby, I've forgotten what its real name is. Daisy.
No,
Thank you,
Stinky-
Daisy. You're actually the star of the show. Yeah, I only
Stinky
come to
baby's
see you.
behind me over there somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Gotta thank Amy.
Amy.
Yeah.
Hello.
And on that note, good night.
Did you like the way I was like so enthusiastic and needy, and then as soon as I got answered, I was like, ooh,
Yeah, what do I say now? What do I say now?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Scared now, scared.
Right.
All right, thank you,
Laters, mate.
everyone.
Have a
See
good
you
one.
later, mate. And you, mate.
Speak to
Catch
you
you
soon.
later. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Okay, thanks for everyone in the chat tonight. You've been awesome as always. Baffy D'Souza. And, well, you know who you are. I'm not going to go because the tablet won't restart. So, you know who you are. Mr. HRD, Scott Bard, everyone. I Am Patriot was in there as well. Thank you, everyone. And hope you all have a very Merry Christmas. These headphones are completely knackered. That's why I'm using them. But they're not very good. But anyway, yeah. So, got another video coming out tomorrow. The All Seasons, I might delay until Boxing Day because, as I say, no one's going to watch it on Christmas Day. Whatever. Thanks, everyone. You've been awesome as always.